Hey y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and this is a prediction challenge result show for WrestleMania 34. We did a prediction challenge with our good friend Paul over at Papa Pickett Gaming, so let's see how it went. I'm also going to give a quick review of everything. I'm not going to be too thorough about it, but just give a little quick thought on what everything is. And I got a little cheat sheet here, so I'm going to go off of the cheat sheet. This is how I kept scoring everything last night. The first match of the night, we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. My pick to win was Samoa Joe. Paul's pick was Aleister Black or Jeff Hardy. I let him have both. We talked about it after his video. And the winner was Matt Hardy. So he got close. He got Hardy, just not the right one. And we're both starting off 0-0. I thought this was the most underwhelming Andre the Giant Battle Royal. There were no surprises, no NXT guys, no returns, nothing special about it. It really felt like just everybody who's on the roster that's not already on the card, we're going to stick them in here. So overall, I didn't like it as much as I have in the past. I'm a fan of Battle Royals, I'm not going to lie. I like the format of them. So, to me, I've always been excited for the Andre the Giant. This one, unfortunately, didn't live up. Now, the second match of the night, we have for the vacant Cruiserweight Championship, Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. I picked Cedric, he picked Mustafa. Cedric Alexander wins. I get the win on that. Now I'm up 1-0 on this. Congratulations, by the way, Cedric. He's been on a show that I work with called Live from the Armory, which is a great podcast. You should check it out. I work behind the scenes and sometimes as an interviewer there. But check them out. Check out Live from the Armory. Awesome. Just Google it. You'll find it. Anyway, he's been a guest on that show a few times. He was our second guest. And he's a great guy. And he's a guy who I root for just because I know him somewhat personally, and I think he's someone that you should root for anyway. So I'm up 1-0 on Paul here. Third match of the night was the Women's Battle Royal. I had picked Bayley, he picked Ember Moon, the winner ended up being Naomi. I thought they had a perfect ending when Bayley put Sasha over the ropes. Not just because it would have given me the win. I just thought it ended it well. The Naomi being outside of the ring for so long and coming back in was kind of a heel move. And Naomi's a face character, so it didn't make sense. I didn't get it. I don't know why they did it. But who knows? It's just, again, underwhelming. They had a lot of people, a lot of NXT girls in there. A couple of them who haven't even made NXT TV yet. But no Ember Moon in there. No Shayna Baszler. No Billie Kay. They had Peyton Royce, but no Billie Kay. I don't know. The whole thing was weird. And again, no surprises in it. Just weird, other than the NXT women. But you have to have them because you don't have a roster enough to fill out a Battle Royal without them. Now, the fourth match of the night, and the first actual main card match, was the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz defending against Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. We both picked Balor. We both wrong. It ended up being Seth Rollins. I'm still up 1-0. As you can see, we're starting off pretty bad, both of us. I like this match. I thought this was one of the better matches of the card. I would have liked to see Balor win. I'm okay with Seth winning. Actually, any of these three guys, I would have been okay with them winning. I thought it was a good match, a nice starter for the actual main show. But, as you'll see, it goes downhill basically from here. Next up, our fifth match of the night. Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. We both picked Asuka. We were both wrong. It was Charlotte. Who would have guessed this? Neither one of us thought they would stop the streak here. I thought it was a good match. I thought the results were okay too. I don't mind the streak ending, but it felt like they did a swerve just to swerve us, if you know what I mean. Like, they didn't do the swerve because it was the right thing to do. They did it because no one's going to think Charlotte's going to win. And that's why it kind of felt a little flat to me. And even afterwards, when they kept hovering around the ring, I kept expecting Carmella to come down, which never happened. Now, next up, we have the 6th match of the night, and I'm still at 1-0 here. Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev for the U.S. Championship. I picked Rusev, he picked Orton. Neither one of us was right. Jinder Mahal won the match. If I were to list 1 to 4 who I would want to win this, Jinder would be number 4. Rusev is so insanely over with the fans. They're cheering his name on the pre-show. They're cheering his name during the show. They're cheering his name at the Hall of Fame. Why not give him a chance to run with something? Why not give him a chance to build up? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. I have no problem with Jinder Mahal. My problem was they took him from basically a jobber to a main eventer without building him. If they would have built from last year's Battle Royal to where he was a credible contender now, I think he would have worked better, and that's the real big gripe that I have with Jinder Mahal is they didn't build him enough and kind of just, here you go, here's the main event guy, even though 2 months ago he was jobbing everybody. But anyway, I digress. Our seventh match of the night, and halfway through the show, or halfway through the match is not halfway through the show, Kurt Angle and the debuting Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. We both picked Angle and Rousey. We both got it right. So I'm up 2-1 at this point. I actually liked this match a lot. I liked it better than I thought I was going to. I really liked the Ronda coming out in Roddy Piper gear. Thought it was a nice homage. I liked what they did with it. I think Stephanie and Triple H. Triple H is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Kurt Angle's a great wrestler. I think they masked enough of Ronda's greenness or newness in this match that it didn't even... I didn't notice the fact that this was the first match for her, if that makes sense to you. She seemed like a seasoned vet in there with 3 seasoned vets. So it was kudos to them for putting this together the way it did. I don't think it could have came off any better for her debut. So I really enjoyed that match. I hope you guys did as well. Now our 8th match of the night, the Usos versus New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Championship. I picked the Bludgeon Brothers. He picked the Usos. Bludgeon Brothers picked up the win. I go up 3-1, so I'm starting to get a little bit of separation here. This match was okay. It felt like anything I could have seen on SmackDown. To be honest with you, it fell a little flat. I expected a little more from it. Maybe because there was too many teams involved. Me and Paul both talked when we were talking about WrestleMania about how they seem to force these 3 and 4 and multi-man and multi-woman matches in just to get more people on the card. And it kind of takes away from the good old-fashioned I hate you, you hate me, let's fight aspect. And it takes away from someone earning a title shot or chasing a title to WrestleMania. It takes away from that doing this way. Now next up, our 9th match of the night, where is it here, is the one that wasn't going to happen. John Cena versus The Undertaker. We both picked Undertaker. We both ended up being right. I liked the match portion of this, and I liked the lightning and all the Undertaker effects. I thought that was awesome. Who doesn't love The Undertaker? The lead up, the whole Cena running to the back, the whole crap with Elias, just felt like they drug it on too long, and it was too, I don't know, just too much of nothing to get to that point. I loved the fact that The Undertaker pretty much won a squash match over John Cena pretty quickly. Hopefully, and again, I love Undertaker, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying this because I hate him. I hope he can go away and retire, because at this point in his career, I don't think there's much else he could do, and I don't think there's much else his body could take. So I hope he goes on and does something different. I'm up 4 matches to 2 now. There's 4 matches to 2. I'm up over my brother Paul. And we're going to roll on to our next match of the night. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Owens and Zayn. We both picked Owens and Zayn. We were both wrong. Staying at 4-2. I don't know. I honestly seen a screw job happening in this match. I'm glad Daniel Bryan won. Match was a little bit underwhelming, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I expected more from this match than what we got, and kind of feels like that's the vibe of the whole show. It kind of felt like on most of the matches, the guy that you didn't want to win or didn't think should have won, and then not only that, but when the ones that you thought would win, it was in a lackluster performance. So, I don't know. To me, this fell a little flat. Compared to the Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey, Shane and Stephanie match, I'd pick that much better. And going into that, I never would have said that in a million years. Next up, our 11th match of the night, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. I picked Nia Jax, he picked Alexa. I pick up the win. I'm up now 5-2 on this one. And to me, I actually, let me make sure I have that right. I have, yeah. Well, he's got 1. Yeah, I'm up 5-2, sorry. I didn't mean to get distracted a little bit. To me, I just wish, again, this was another match that could have been a Monday Night Raw match. It didn't feel special. It didn't feel like a WrestleMania match. Truth be told, I fell asleep during the match. I had to wake up and rewind about 15 minutes to go back to where I fell asleep. So, between the fact of the show going so long and this match being, made me fall asleep. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Now I'm up 5-2 on our good friend Paul. Looks like we have unsurmountable odds at this point. I'm pretty much going to skate to the win, but we're going to keep going with what we have. The 12th match of the night, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. We both picked Nakamura. We were both wrong. It just seemed like the perfect build. Between this and Asuka losing, what was the point of the Royal Rumble? Neither one of them won. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't see anything in Shinsuke Nakamura. Maybe they don't hear the crowd reaction to Shinsuke Nakamura. Obviously, I don't think they know what they're doing with him because they're turning him heel. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand. But that's why I'm sitting here doing a review, and Vince McMahon and his friends are making millions and billions of dollars putting these matches on. Now, the 13th match of the night is Cesaro and Sheamus versus Braun Strowman and a mystery opponent, or mystery partner. We both picked Braun and the mystery partner. The mystery partner ended up being Nicholas, who we find out today is John Cone, the referee's son. I'm torn on this. I thought it was cute. I thought it was a neat little moment for the kid. I honestly, and this is no knock on the kid, I thought he was a Make-A-Wish kid. Not because he looked sickly, because that would be something they would do for a Make-A-Wish kid. They're very involved in that organization. I didn't expect him to be a referee's kid. I didn't expect him to be someone like that. I don't know where they go with this. You can't put that kid on the road. You can't have him defend the title. I don't know. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was a nice little good thing. It was a nice little spot for the show. If it would have been a non-title match, it would have been better, but I don't know what they do with it going forward. Would have I liked to have seen them maybe put Elias here, or returning Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, as was rumored, Bray Wyatt, maybe anybody. Probably a guy that's been there busting their ass and deserves a title shot. I would have liked that too. But, again, I don't make the big bucks, so this is why I'm sitting here and they're out there. Still up 5-2 on this as we roll into our last match of the night. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. We both picked Reigns. Actually, I'm up 6-2 because 6-3. We both picked Braun in the last one. Sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked. We both picked Reigns. I don't like to pick Reigns. I don't like Reigns. It made sense that he was going to win here, though. This made no sense. Supposedly, Brock's already signed with UFC. Supposedly, he's moving on. I don't get it. I do not get it. This was the one WrestleMania where you could have probably got away with making Brock Lesnar the one, and the fans would have been like, okay, we understand, you had to give it to somebody else. Brock Lesnar's going to UFC. Roman Reigns had to take it off of him. Somebody had to take it off of him. But they didn't. I don't know if they're going to fix that at Monday Night Raw tonight, which this is being recorded before Raw. So, I don't know. I mean, it's just another head scratcher and another baffling decision, in my opinion. And overall, the whole pay-per-view was baffling. There were some head scratchers. I don't always agree with what they do on these pay-per-views. I don't always predict them right. But a lot of times, even when I don't predict it right, I can agree, or I can see what they were trying to do with what they picked, and it makes sense. A lot of this did not make sense. It did not feel special. It didn't feel like a WrestleMania. NXT was a 10 times better show. Ring of Honor, from what I've seen of it, famously the feed was going bad on Saturday night. I was trying to watch it. The matches I did see, it looked like it was a better show too. So, to me, WrestleMania is relegated to the third best show of the weekend, and fourth best if you count the Hall of Fame, because I thought the Hall of Fame was excellent. I loved the Dudley's introduction. I loved Hillbilly Jim's. Loved Mark Henry's, Jeff Jarrett's. The only ones that were kind of were really Kid Rock's was a little bit and Ivory's was a little bit off. But overall, I thought it was a great show. Even Goldberg, who I don't like at all as a wrestler, had a good introduction. So, I don't know. To me, they did it, put a very lackluster WrestleMania out. When we look back, this is going to be one of the 10 worst WrestleManias of all time. Now, if you've seen on our prediction show, we both talked about there would be a surprise punishment. I'm going to leave it a surprise until you watch Paul's video. So I'm going to put a link down here to Paul's page until he gets the video up. And then once the video's up, it's going to be an actual link to that video. So go check that out so you can see what the punishment is. But Paul doesn't even know this. This is going to be a surprise to him. I decided to do a surprise celebration. So I came up with something today while I was at work with a couple of my friends. And it's kind of going to be a little homage to what you're doing, Paul. But you're going to see that here in a few seconds. As a matter of fact, let's count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Alright, folks, we're out here for the celebration, and I figure since Paul's going to do something with Diet Coke, we're going to have the Diet Coke Stone Cold Coke Bath.
And that's the bottom line, because George Cole said so.